It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. We're back with another Lidl beer. It's a cork and caged 750ml bottle of the Blanche. It's by Abbaye De Vauclair. I think this range of beers from Lidl have been kind of styled on, or they started to be styled on Lef. Abbaye De Vauclair Blonde, you see it in Lidl probably 4 or 5 times a year. Then they brewed a ruby beer, which is kind of almost like Lef Ruby. And they do a dark kind of brown ale as well, a brune. But what I've noticed recently with Abbaye De Vauclair, they haven't just looked at Lef and gone, oh right, okay, let's imitate this. They've branched out a little bit more and they're brewing kind of different styles of beer. This being a Blanche, so probably a wit beer. Not looked at the back of the label too much, but it cost me £2.99 and it's 4.5% ABV. Dark brown bottle. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. You might see the condensation on the bottle and me drying my hands a bit. The beer's actually been out the fridge about 35 minutes. So I like to store beers like this in the fridge to keep them fresh. And when I drink them, I pull them out the fridge about half an hour before I want to drink them, just to let them warm up a little bit. The idea is that you want to experience all of the flavour in the beer, and you get that by just warming it up a touch. You might have noticed a slight pause in that last paragraph as I was speaking there. The reason being was the beer just caught me. I was like, ooh, wow. The aroma of the beer, I smell some orange on the aroma of this. It's a good 1 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation as you rock the beer back and forth. Amber, light, very, very, very light amber colour, almost kind of straw coloured if you like. But it looks good. Good carbonation, nice and hazy. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. Oh, now then. That smells really decent. A little bit of dryness in there. Spicy pepperiness. Cloves, corianders, those sorts of kind of like Indian spices. Lemon and definitely orange on the aroma. It smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Oh, my goodness me, stone the crows. Stone the crows, what a beer that is. That's like Blue Moon on steroids. That's like Hogarden on steroids. You're hit with a combination of, white pepper, like a real pepperiness coming through. But at the same time as you're being hit by that big waft of kind of white pepper flavour, you're also being hit with loads of orange, a big orange flavour in this beer. It is full on. If you're expecting a run-of-the-mill kind of little beer here, 4.5% ABV, then you will be mistaken. Of course, it starts off, doesn't it? It starts off life with the cork and the cage. So it's always going to be an elevated, definitely more of an elevated Lidl beer. It's not going to be your kind of Lidl best bitter or Lidl lager, even though some of the Lidl lagers are fantastic, by the way. This is of really good quality. And I think for the discount supermarkets, when you look at Lidl and Aldi, that's where they come into their own. That's where they put all of their expertise. That's where they put all of their kind of German, European knowledge, if you like. They put it into good effect, including their wines as well. I'm not a wine drinker, but apparently their wines in these German supermarkets are really good too. And it offers a different, almost like a unique selling point. You go to Lidl and Aldi, you can buy decent beer, you can buy decent wine. And then while you're there, you might as well buy your bread, your milk and everything else. And that's probably the plan with these things. But whereas Sainsbury's, Asda, Morrison's, Tesco, they don't really, they'll go with what the markets go with. They'll go with like putting Cruz Campo or Madri, you know, on the shelves. They work very closely with the big kind of Heinekens of the world and your Carlsbergs and your AB InBevs. Whereas Aldi and Lidl, they don't work with the AB InBevs of the world and the Heinekens. Because they're from Germany. They're from Germany. They know great beer. Why would they want to work with the likes of InBev and Heineken? And this is where they come into their own. They're really, really, if you want to drink really good quality beer at a decent price, it's fantastic. I can't reiterate enough how fantastic this beer is. Look at that beer as I roll it round in the glass, rocking it back and forth. You can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. But on the other hand, there is a slight downside. The slight downside is I've been shopping in Lidl for 10, 12 years, maybe longer. That's the first time I've seen this Blanche. First time I've seen it in 12 years of shopping in Lidl. It might be that it's a new beer. It might be that it's a new beer and it's going to be in Lidl over the next, like, say every 3 months. But they generally come in as special buys. That would be my only little gripe is, wouldn't it be fantastic if the beer aisle in Lidl got that little bit bigger and you could get these kind of like Abbaye De Vauclairs on a more regular basis? But maybe, again, that's Lidl's strong point in that you see it, you think that's not going to be there next week, I'll grab a bottle of that, and you grab it while you can. It's smooth, it's drinkable, it's slightly sweet, that peppery finish, that little bit of bitterness on the back end is tremendous. The orange flavour is fantastic. It's all settled down a bit now. My palate has got used to the beer a bit. What a delightful beer. If you're a fan of the Blue Moons of the world, the Hoegaardens, go and give that a go. Go and give that a go. Beer with orange and coriander flavourings. So yeah, this is essentially a wit beer. Well, it's Blanche, isn't it? Blanche, wit, white, they're all from the same kind of family of beers. 750 millilitre bottle. Oh, I think that's fantastic value for money personally. For £2.99, 750 millilitre bottle. Yeah, you can't go much wrong with that. It's really tasty, really flavoursome, and it beats the pants off Blue Moon and Hoegaarden combined. That for me is a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.